So we passed. We also just
Oh, turn to C-SPAN.
I have a
The look, David. David, look at these.
Landmark criminal justice reform.
Nothing is more important than David.
That's a big thing.
Surprise, that shepherd boy, he's like a Cooper on the down and low. Shepherd has something to say more important than the president. President Trump, close the government. Please close the government. I got proof. Well, you know the corruption of these kind of people. Close the government. Look what they're doing to you now. Close the government. Close the borders. Close the southern and northern borders. Close the government. My devices are compromised.
Without borders, we have the reign of chaos, crime, cartels, and believe it or not, coyotes. I will not surrender this nation to the whims of criminal organizations who prey on the vulnerable, who hurt women and children, and who spread human misery and suffering. Human trafficking and massive drug inflow must also be stopped. It's at a tremendous level. What we're doing and the incredible job being done by border security, ICE, border patrol, local police, and the military. The military has been incredible.
C-SPAN. What channel?
Process you wouldn't believe
92.
92.
Stopping them in record numbers. At this
Morning.
There's a debate over funding border security and the wall. Also called, so that I give them a little bit of an out, steel slats. We don't use the word wall necessarily, but it has to be something special to do the job. Steel slats. I've made my position very clear. Any measure that funds the government must include border security.
$5 billion.
Not for political purposes, but for
Like the money you gave to Central America, Democrats.
This is not merely my campaign promise. This is the promise every lawmaker made. It is the solemn promise to protect and defend the United States of America, and it is our sacred obligation. We have no choice. For decades, Washington abandoned this commitment and allowed millions and millions of people
For generations.
and over the objections of the American people.
Like 80 million.
Or voted for a policy. No one endorsed this policy, and no one ratified this policy. It was a total assault on our democracy itself. Illegal immigration costs our nation $275 billion a year.
$275 billion a year.
You can say billions and billions, but the number that
We could build tiny homes for homeless people.
$275 billion a year at least. Millions of jobs and thousands of innocent lives. More than 90% of heroin comes across our southern border.
It does, and China gets it through there.
Since 2002. Every week, this illegal heroin kills at least 300 Americans. It costs our nation over $230 billion to $289 billion, or nearly $5 billion a week. I spoke with President Xi of China, and he has agreed to make fentanyl another one of the big problems. And probably, I think it's just gone to number
American
kills
children
people a year in our country.
are being
He's going to
fed
make that a major problem
addiction.
in China. And if you get caught, you pay a major penalty. It's called the death penalty.
Good.
And it wasn't listed as a crime until I spoke to him. So I appreciate it.
Finally, China does something, and they'll kill them there. They're not like America.
Tremendous impact.
We gotta get them.
Every day, 10 known or suspected terrorists try to gain entry into our country. Every day, 2,000 illegal aliens try to cross our borders. They try. We get most of them. It's hard without a wall. Every year, 50,000 illegal children are smuggled by coyotes and criminals into our country.
I know.
In the last 2
I've
years,
seen it on Eldon. I've seen it on Olympia. A woman
100,000
peddling.
assaults,
The little girl couldn't have been more
sex
than
crimes,
5.
and 4,000 murders. It's rough stuff. Yet the Democrats continue to oppose border security no matter how many innocent people get hurt or die.
They are the wide road.
Ridiculously and dangerously, certain people want open borders, which allow potentially massive crime.
And also,
spend trillions of dollars and sacrifice thousands of brave
cheap labor.
defending the borders
Cheap
of
labor.
foreign nations. I am asking Congress to defend the border of our nation for a tiny fraction of the cost.
Congress,
Essential to border
where millions are paid for their
Laws
indiscretions.
work, whether we like it or not. They work better than anything. In Israel, 99.9% successful. Think of it. I spoke to Benjamin Netanyahu, Prime Minister.
God
2
bless.
days ago. We were talking about
Be,
it. He said
be strong.
99.9.
Be strong.
I mean, he came up
God
with an
carries
answer
you.
that said 99.9%
Benjamin,
We
Senor,
have
I cannot say
steel
your
slab
name.
barrier to
Be
hold the
strong.
flow of these illegal traffickers
Israel,
and terrorists.
be strong.
Every day that we deprive our border patrol and ICE officers the resources they need, we put many innocent lives in harm's way. It should be bipartisan. I think it will end up being bipartisan. I really do.
Kurds,
Illegal immigration also
Kurds.
strains public services that America.
You have the voice of God.
Illegal immigration drives down.
You have the messenger of God.
No one
Be
who calls
strong.
themselves a progressive should
Turkey
support illegal immigration.
It's a violent,
Open borders
evil,
hurts poor
corrupt
Americans more than
nation.
anyone else in our society. In life, there are certain
Kurds,
principles worth
be
fighting
strong.
for, principles that are
Perpetual
more important
prayer,
than
I
politics,
carry you.
Party or personal convenience.
Go to Bookface, you see where I
The
boast
safety
it
and
for you.
security and sovereignty of the United States is the most important principle of all. If we don't stand strong for our national,
I see a country.
then we cease to be a nation, and we betray our commitment to the loyal
Kurds,
citizens of our great country.
fight for your
Signing
cities.
a bill that fulfills our fundamental duty to the American people. It is all about, and I say this in any way they want to hear it, it's all about America first. We have to put our country first. We have to put
Excuse
our
me,
people first.
I gotta take
We have to put safety
it
first.
away from the child.
So, thank you all very much. And
Oh my
I'm working
God.
on that, Mitch and
Oh
Paul,
no.
Kevin and everybody, and we'll see what we can do. But hopefully that'll all come together. Now to the Farm Bill.
And I don't like the
By
farmers.
so many members of Congress, Republicans,
Kern
Democrats,
County farmers
worked very, very hard.
give rotten oranges and potatoes and food
It was
to the poor,
bipartisan,
the disabled,
something you don't
the
have to think
homeless
about.
in
I
California,
actually believe
Bakersfield.
we maybe will be over
I don't like the farmers.
time. I hope so. I think so. So good for
They
the
switch from government cheese to Velveeta.
the people.
Velveeta! God dang it, I don't even buy Velveeta.
They really have.
No.
I'll probably have to deny that.
But
I understand
this
that someday, but
is
I
a
will
good
do that
thing.
Because you really did. You worked very, very
The
hard.
farmers will continue to be like Kern County
By the way,
farmers.
That was some job you did, I'll tell you. I watched you day and night work on this one, so it was really incredible. Thank you. Thank you very
And
much.
he thanks everybody.
The,
And they call him selfish. He gives gratitude where
the
grace
chairman
is
of
given.
the House and Senate Agricultural Committees, that's Mike Conaway.
When
And
you got
Senator Pat Roberts
important
is
things
another
coming
one.
on,
I was,
and Fox has
really
gotta,
very
walk their
inspiring
ego.
work, very hard to get it done for these
Go to
two guys.
C-SPAN
It meant
too.
so much to them, so I want to thank you.
Look at that. He always does that. He reciprocates.
Great job.
Close the
We're on
government.
with state, local, and tribal leaders of the American agriculture, along with Zippy and all of the people, some of whom I introduced. One I have to introduce that has done such an incredible job, truly loves agriculture, and perhaps more importantly, loves the farmers and the ranchers, is our Secretary of Agriculture, Sonny Perdue, special man.
I used to like the farmers, not anymore. Spend time in California, Bakersfield, and you'll change your mind.
Some of everything out. He sometimes can be a little bit deceiving. This one is smart. And today happens to be his birthday, right? So you planned that out, probably like you do everything else. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
This is the best.
Happy birthday.
This is the best birthday present you could have, I think. Knowing you with how much you love the farmers, this is the best. All out. Oh, it's fantastic.
Farming, there's nothing like
signing this bill,
being in the field, driving a tractor.
Programs and funding that producers.
I did that as an
in
adult.
times of disaster, and I've told Sonny that we had some pretty big problems in Alabama and Georgia with the hurricanes. Believe it or not, normally doesn't hit, but these were big and they hit. We're going to work it out so we can help those farmers, right? They got hit very hard.
Can you imagine Florida? And look at the garbage you are.
Those two states got hit.
Look at the garbage you are.
Certain parts
Gainesville,
we knew about that.
Broward,
right?
Dade County.
On that one, Sonny. That'll be great.
Jeremy Prime, CEO of PC Liquidators in Gainesville, Florida.
That they can borrow.
Corruption.
And improve their farms. It expands and goes all over rural broadband. We are doing broadband. Everyone wanted it so badly. It's amazing how sophisticated the whole farm industry has become. But it expands rural broadband and dedicates additional resources to fight the opioid crisis. A tremendous crisis.
It is so bad.
We have it down
Washington.
18%.
I mean, they even do drugs at work.
It opens new markets
Crystal
for
meth,
American agriculture all
vaping,
over the world.
heroin,
In addition to
selling
signing
weed.
legislation today, I am directing my administration to take immediate action on welfare reform. Thanks to our thriving economy, we've already lifted more than
Thank
4.6
God.
million Americans off the food stamp
Thank God.
roll since the election.
You feel better when you work for your money, you gomers. And that's
A lot
you.
more work remains to be done, but it's been incredible the strides that we've
These
made. And I will
people
say,
were
it's really because of
elected
the fact that the economy is doing so
to
well.
protect
Farms are
America
being lifted.
and uphold the
And again,
Constitution.
I'll go back to President
And
Xi,
all
a
they have
meeting
done
weeks ago. He's agreed to start purchasing
is
tremendous
lobbies
amounts of
control
farm product. You know
their
that, you know
vote.
that better than you, the first
For
one.
it is the pocketbook they worry
Particularly
about.
soybeans. And they're starting that already, and I think you've already seen the signs of that, but they're starting that already. Millions of able-bodied working-age adults continue to collect food stamps without working or even looking
And
for
on
work.
SSI and Social Security.
Independence and into a good-paying job and rewarding career. Therefore, I have directed Secretary Perdue to use his authority under the law to close work requirement loopholes in the food stamp program. Under
Amen.
this new rule, able-bodied adults without dependents will have to work or look for work in order to receive their food stamps. Today's action will help Americans transition from welfare to gainful employment.
I mean,
strengthen
I
their
think
families,
a
and
car
uplift
came
their
here
communities.
asking
That
these
was a
men if they
difficult
wanted to
thing
work.
done, but the farmers
I don't think
understood
that
we
boy
wanted it
works
done,
over
and I
there.
think in the end it's gonna
But
make
his
a lot of
wife
people very
does.
happy.
His girlfriend does.
It's called work rules, and Sonny is able, under this bill, to implement them through regulation. With the passage of the Farm Bill, we are delivering to the farmers and ranchers, who are the heart and soul of America.
They are. They're the breadbasket of the world.
We are ensuring
But
that
not for American
agriculture
poor,
will feed our families, nourish
not
our
for
communities,
American
and promote
homeless,
commerce.
and definitely not for the disabled
And
senior.
they're opening up massive new markets in order to do things with other countries. You know, we've opened various countries. Canada is an example. Canada is going to be much more open over the USMCA. It's a terrific document. It replaces the horrible NAFTA deal. It was a horrible deal for this country.
NAFTA did us
Before
wrong.
starting, I'd like to invite Secretary Perdue, who, as I said, is just doing an incredible job. He loves what he does. He loves the farmers and loves what he does. And I'm going to ask Sonny to say a few words. Thank you, Sonny. Thank you very much.
Well, Mr. President, you can tell by the temperature in this room today, it's a great day for agriculture. It's a delight to have so many members of Congress here with the leaders and the chairman of the committee who worked so hard, the ranking members. We've got many members of USDA staff here who have worked hand in hand with your committees over this working of the Farm Bill on both sides, and I'm very proud of the work they've done.
C-SPAN 2.
I think we counted up, I believe there were over 2,000 issues of technical assistance which we provided the committees, and we believe that's the way this should work. It's your job to write the laws and our job to implement and give you data and facts whenever you need it. So we're very proud of our USDA people here, and I want to thank them today for their hard work as well. Mr. President, it is a great birthday present, not only for me, but for all of agriculture, to give the ranchers and farmers
of
America the peace of mind.
President Trump gave the fishermen of West Washington money.
The underpinning of the safety net.
You should have seen the shit they did to me there.
Is a big deal for agriculture. It's big
the truck is in the shape it is
for food security and
because.
I don't know if you remember this, President Trump, but
I Westport,
my lucky tractor tie I wore to the Trump Tower.
Washington crab.
It was appropriate to wear today to celebrate, again, the conclusion of over a year and a half work of a farm bill, and I'm just delighted to be here with you. I want to thank you for your leadership.
Well, y'all be reciprocal, farmers. Don't be like Kern County farmers.
And it's amazing to me.
Don't be a Salvation Army.
In your career in New York, the affinity and the
don't be a United Way.
And I think it's because you know them to be builders as well. They take the risk of their hands every day, every year, putting that seed in the ground. Their faith and their optimism, their hope. Looking at these young people in these FFA jackets out here, understanding the optimism they have for the great story of American agriculture. I am proud to be U.S. Department of Secretary of Agriculture, Sonny Perdue, and I am delighted to work on behalf of the farmers and ranchers. I'm delighted to work for you, Mr. President, because you understand their heart, and this bill goes a long way. Thank you, folks, for passing a great bill. We're going to do our best to implement that.
Well, now, farmers, don't y'all be like a Kern County farmer. You think about those dealing with bad government, bad charities. Just think y'all voted for them and they betrayed you.
So now it's my great honor to sign the 2018 Farm Bill. Very, very special.
Appreciate it, farmers.
Legislation. Thank you, Mitch. Very good. Great.
Show
Thank you.
The spirit of Trump to the poor, the homeless, the disabled senior. Oh, I'm glad I got this on film. Close the government, President Trump. We couldn't do it when it was Republican because they had agendas. Like Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan. Close the government. Close the government. And seal the border to commerce.
That's all the piece.
Veto 5,000 to Central America. Look at the mess they created. And the number of innocent people raped, beat, kidnapped, sold into human trafficking. Pueblos sin fronteras. God, Lord, ya